Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is the latest film in the Planet of the Apes franchise, so today, let's see if this new film is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Many years after the reign of Caesar, a young ape goes on a journey that will lead him to question everything he's been taught about the past and make choices that will define a future for apes and humans alike. I really like the Planet of the Apes franchise, not only the reboot trilogy, but also the original films as well. Even the Tim Burton movie, I really do like. So going into Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I had really high expectations. I thought this film was really good, continuing off of the success of the reboot trilogy and just building on the legacy of Caesar, set 700 years after the events of War for the Planet of the Apes. This is a film where Caesar feels like a strong character within the film without being within the movie. There's a lot of discussion about the legacy of Caesar, the religion kind of undertones to the film as well, how the apes have to protect apes as well, but then also looking at other apes and gorillas that kind of have shifted the words of Caesar. I really like the discussion of Caesar within this film and how he just feels like a prominent figure within this movie without actually being there. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is a film that takes on this daunting task of being set so far in the future. You have to establish the world of the apes and the humans as well. You have to look at the society, how the civilization has changed and the world around the apes, the buildings have collapsed. You have to really establish that all within the beginning of this movie. And Wes Ball takes on this daunting task of doing all of that. I think he does this really successful job of showcasing the apes and how they live and people's views of humans. It's really different compared to where you got that reboot trilogy. Things have drastically changed, and so you have to really play catch up to where we are in the beginning of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And so you have a lot of world building set within this film, establishing the characters, the civilization, everything that's so different. But at times it takes on a lot. Feels like it's a bit slow in the beginning and middle half of the movie as you look at the apes and this religious undertone and what Caesar means to everybody, and people are trying to hunt humans, and just the way that the film takes on a little too much. The pacing is a little bit slow in the beginning. Caesar was such a strong character in the reboot trilogy, a very controlling, demanding character. You felt his presence. You felt that he could lead the apes into their own civilization. I didn't get that sense of a strong, commanding character for the good side of the apes in a young Noah. This was a character that was learning about the past, how he could accept humans. While the character made some interesting choices throughout, he didn't have that screen presence that felt like it was controlling these scenes and a character that you could really get involved with. I liked the character. I liked some of the storylines throughout for him, but there wasn't a scene that stood out for him. And I did see a good progression for this character. And I do think a continuation of Noah would lead into a more stronger performance. But I did like the character. But coming off of the reboot trilogy, Caesar just had that really good performance from Andy Serkis and that really controlling, demanding scene that you were captivated by Caesar's storyline. And I think that we are going to get there eventually for Noah, but it kind of started off a little bit slow. I also like the addition of this young girl in here, Nova, and how she did challenge Noah to rethink his thoughts about humans. We have an orangutan in here that believes everything about Caesar. And apes shall not kill apes, and humans are important to Caesar, so they're important to me as well. And I really like that orangutans in most of the Planet of the Apes films have a really calm presence to them, and I really like the orangutans in these films. So this orangutan in this movie allowed for the more in-depth look at Caesar, those religious undertones, the study of books, and trying to spread this positive message about Caesar. And I really like that addition to the middle half of this movie. When you get up to the third act of the movie, that's where you have a lot more action. You have some of the villain side of the story where gorillas are trying to wipe out the humans. You have Kevin Durand play a really strong gorilla within this film. And throughout the original 5 Planet of the Apes films, they've always talked about how gorillas are dumb and they're very different from apes, and we kind of see that opposing side to the apes and the gorillas. Once again, the visuals are stunning. The look of a civilization that has crumbled, the motion capture for the apes, it is breathtaking. There are so many intense action scenes, and just watching everything and how they navigate it all, it's really impressive with what they were able to do in terms of the visuals for this film. For being the first part of a new trilogy, the end sets up something could be very strong leading into the second and third film of this trilogy. But Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes started off very strong. You have some really good performances from Owen Teague as Noah, very curious about things, cautious around humans, but you also have a side where you look at Caesar within this movie and those religious undertones, what your belief is, and not knowing all of it or not believing in it. It's a nice discussion within this movie, in addition to the humans as well, and what the humans can bring to the table and challenge the apes as well. It's something that's always been strong within the Planet of the Apes franchise, and just the look at the society 700 years after the events of War for the Planet of the Apes. It's a great way to bridge those films while trying to do something new, but also taking on this daunting task of really have to showcase everything that has changed. And I think Wes Ball does a great job really bringing this film forward and paying tribute to that original reboot trilogy. So I was really impressed with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It does move a little bit slow in the first and second act of the film, but I was really on board with the storyline and how the humans were challenging everybody's thoughts about the past and learning about all of that and looking at like the beliefs of Caesar. I thought that was a really great storyline and a really nice ending to this movie that could lead to some really exciting films moving forward. So if you really like the Planet of the Apes franchise like myself, this is worth your time. It's a very consistent franchise now, from Rise of the Planet of the Apes to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. In terms of the visuals and story, action, emotion behind it all, really has the same tone, and it's very consistent in what it delivers. So before I give you my score for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes a B+. Thank you guys for checking out my review for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.